Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And we've had some crazy leaks of Adidas shoes, right? So I have a good amount of leaks. I pretty much have leaks on the entire kind of like basketball shoe lineup for this year, like the end of this year, and also for next year, right? So first of all, the AE1 low, right? So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's just a low version of the AE1. But there are some pictures where it does look a little bit different than the regular AE1, right? So the regular AE1 is one of my favorite hoop shoes. For me, in my personal opinion, I definitely feel like it'll go down as one of the GOAT performers. I love playing that shoe. The only thing is weight, you know? But other than that, everything about that shoe, in my personal opinion, is super duper nice, right? And also, if you look at the traction pattern, it does look pretty much the exact same, right? It does have that full length kind of like X plate as well underneath the shoe. So that all looks pretty similar. And also on the lateral side, we do have that plastic wing. You remember the TPU wing with the holes? It keeps saying it's supposed to improve the ventilation, but it doesn't. It's still a pretty hot shoe, right? But obviously it is a low version, which honestly the regular AE1, even though it is a mid top, you know, that top material is so thin, it didn't really even like restrict ankle movement that much. So ankle support wasn't even that good. So in my personal opinion, they didn't really even need to make a low version, right? But they did, which is I guess pretty cool. But yeah, one thing that I do like about the AE1 low though is that it's supposed to be 110 bucks. So the regular AE1 is 120 bucks. So they did decrease the price by 10 bucks, which I think is pretty good. 110 bucks for one of the best performing hoop shoes of this year and also honestly of all time. I'm down, you know what I mean? 110 bucks, that's great. But also I did notice some differences, right? So here in the heel, so it said okay, first of all, it is exposed, which is weird. Look at that little slit that it's exposed. I mean, honestly, I do like that, I guess. In my personal opinion, I like to have a little bit of compression in the back of the shoe, you know what I mean? The AE1 is fully caged, so that's nice, but obviously that's probably not gonna do that much. But what's written on there is what I'm pretty surprised about, right? Or interested in, right? So it says light boost. So what is light boost? Light boost is probably, you know, gonna feel pretty similar to boost, but just lighter in weight. That's my guess, right? It has the same heel clip that has that kind of like carbon fiber look to it, even though it's not carbon fiber. But also on the medial side, you can see that it's exposed, but it's only kind of like in the midfoot area. So I wonder why they expose it, right? But honestly, exposing it isn't gonna do that much, but hopefully I do hope they did keep the softer stroke board and also the heel cutout that was found in the AE1, right? But yeah, that is the AE1 low, right? And also we do have some on foot looks as well because Anthony Edwards was playing in it and it does look pretty nice, you know what I mean? And also we have a good amount of colorways of it, right? So we have, I don't know how they got all these colorways. We have this kind of like orange and white colorway. There's pink and purple colorway, which looks not so good. The Stormtrooper colorway, which I really like. We also have this kind of like, it looks dope. Like for the TPU wing, it's like red with kind of like white, or I guess white with red spray paint on it, you know? And then also this one's really dope. It's like a translucent kind of plastic with some like hints of pink and kind of like volt. That looks great. But yeah, I guess they're gonna release a good amount of colorways of that, you know. But also, one shoe that I'm pretty excited about is the Dawn Issue 6, right? So the Dawn Issue 6, you know, Donovan Mitchell was playing in this really cool multicolored colorway. But yeah, as far as the tech spec goes, we do have the tech specs, right? So it says here, team basketball, right? Dawn Issue 6 team. So it says textile / synthetic upper, and it has a textile lining, textile inner sole, it has a rubber outsole. I mean, why is that even a tech spec? But yeah, it has 3 stripes with tonal color, anti-abrasive toe cap to ensure a long life to the shoe by protecting the part of the uppermost exposed to contact with the flooring. Okay, that's basically just fuse. Cool. There's a propulsion plate for lateral support and rocket takeoff, right? So yeah, we don't know how long the propulsion plate is, right? I mean, we do know that it's just in the midfoot, but is it gonna be like full length or is it just in midfoot? We do not know. Also, it says TPU heel clip provides ultimate stability. So I guess the propulsion plate and the TPU heel clip. Where's the TPU heel clip? there's no heel clip or anything. Maybe it's the midfoot clip they meant. I don't know. But also it says it's using EVA, but also Light Strike and Light Strike Pro. What is it? Like what? So maybe they're using a dual density or a dual blend of Light Strike and Light Strike Pro. But when you look at the actual shoe, it does say Light Strike Pro. But yeah, it does look like it'll be a very lightweight shoe because the mesh looks very, very thin. It doesn't look like it has too much kind of padding, which is so nice because remember the Doncic shoe 1, 2, and 3? They were so bulky, especially with all that padding. I don't even know how Donovan Mitchell played in the shoes, you know what I mean? But the Doncic shoe 6, I'm pretty dang excited about. I also do like the aesthetics, and also the tech is looking pretty good, right? Also the Dame 9. The Dame 9, obviously we had some, you know, leaked images of it back in kind of like February, but Damian Lillard did debut it in the playoffs with this kind of like purple colorway. And I did post it on Instagram. And of course, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's thesoldrop_IG. But I was reading the comments, you know, there's a lot of comments, and I was pretty surprised. A lot of you guys loved it, which is weird because honestly, I don't like it. It kind of looks like, kids, like a kid's shoe or something like that. You know what I mean? Definitely my favorite in the Damian Lillard shoe line as far as like aesthetics go is the Dame 4, right? The Dame 4 looks absolutely amazing. But yeah, I don't know. It looks okay, right? But definitely the cushion does look a lot lower to the ground than I initially thought, right? Okay, so we can see the compression marks from the actual foam, right? We can see all that midsole crush from Damian Lillard, obviously, and they are using Light Strike. So if you look at the actual medial side of the shoe, from the earlier leaks of it, it says Light Strike. So that's nice, right? And on the medial side, it looks like it's all Light Strike, right? But also on the lateral side, it does look like they are using some plastic. Obviously, where the compression marks are, that's where the Light Strike is. That's where the actual foam is. And then on top of that, you know, we can see a bit of plastic, and that'll probably be for lateral containment, lateral support, of course. Yeah, which makes me think that your foot is kind of lower to the ground, right? And as far as the material goes, the material does look kind of stiff, which I don't like. And also this overall shoe is probably going to be pretty dang heavy, which, I mean, Adidas does not care about weight. I mean, I definitely wish they would make lighter shoes, but you know, with the AE1, the Harden Volume 8, super duper, like the heaviest shoe that you can get right now, I feel like it's probably not going to be that lightweight because of all that rubber. The upper, the material does look thick as well, and also stiff. But I'm pretty surprised a lot of you guys are seem to like it. So we did have kind of like this like pack of the Adidas shoes with this kind of like orange and purple colorways. Obviously with the Harden Volume 8, the AE1 Low, the Dame 9, and the Donny shoe 6. But one shoe that we are missing is the Trae Young 4, and we do have some. It's not even like leaks of the kind of like shoe for the tech specs, but yeah, we just kind of like have. It says Trae Young 4 unveiling soon. Trae is next. Trae is next. That's kind of corny. But yeah, the hero you love to hate. I don't know, the Adidas athlete of Gen Z. It doesn't really say anything as far as like the tech specs go, but it says innovative, agile, premium. I mean, you can't really trust this, you know what I mean? Especially from Adidas. They've actually gotten their tech specs wrong. But also, we have some leaks of the Harden Volume 9, guys. So we've seen some samples of the Harden Volume 9, if you guys remember, right? And they look absolutely terrible in my personal opinion. But we do know what the actual tech is going to be, right? So it says our most fashion-forward model that champions lateral containment and elite energy return. So lateral containment, of course, I mean, for Harden, that makes sense, right? Agile, comfort, lockdown. Also has a knit sock booty, just like the Harden Volume 7, also the Harden Volume 8, which honestly, I don't mind. I do love that sock-like booty. It does feel like you're kind of just putting on a sock, right? It also has Light Boost, which is the same exact cushioning setup that's going to be in the AE1 Low, and also Light Strike. So pretty interesting there. It says elastic internal booty for technical details, low cut profile, torsion bar is going to be full length, and it's a double lasted midsole, right? So it says also signature footwear, the pinnacle Adidas signature model. Okay, I guess that makes sense, you know. Better to be different, different to be better. Okay, but yeah, the Harden Volume 9, I mean, it's probably gonna be the same exact shoe as the Harden Volume 8. You know, the kind of like, I feel like Harden found what he likes. Inner sock booty with a very nice kind of like cushioning setup for underfoot cushioning with boost, of course, and light strike, but with good court feel and good kind of like, it's gonna have like a cage over it with like a foam or something for good support, right? So that is the Harden Volume 9. And as far as like the sample goes, we don't know, you know, it's a sample, but it might change as far as the overall design goes. It might not. We'll have to see on that. But also, last but not least, or I guess it is least, we have the Adi Zero Select 3.0. So the Adi Zero Select 2.0 was one of my least favorite hoop shoes that I've hooped in the past like year, I would say. I really did not like playing that shoe. I really wanted to like it because it was super light. It was using light strike, I believe. Very minimal, but the traction wasn't great. Lockdown wasn't good. So yeah, but as far as like this shoe goes, it looks pretty okay in my personal opinion. It kind of looks like the Dame 9 actually. You know, and you got the 3 stripes going across kind of like the toe box and going into the midfoot, which looks okay. But as far as the tech spec goes, we do have the tech specs of it, right? So we got a textile / synthetic upper, textile lining, and textile inner sole. It's using light strike, so it's probably just full length light strike. And for the technical details, it's a mono mesh upper that enables the shoe to be light and breathable while providing the strength and reinforcement for dynamic motions on court. So it'll probably be a very thin mesh material, right? A light strike. Propulsion plate is 3/4 length, which is pretty dope. So it says it adds an extra pop through dynamic cuts, vertical explosion, and lateral motion, which is pretty cool. It is a low cut shoe, and it is using a herringbone outsole, right? So yeah, as far as like the design goes, it does look pretty good. I don't see how that's 3/4 length. That does not look how. I mean, you can see the plate. You know, it's more in the midfoot. It kind of goes into the forefoot just a tiny bit, but like, how is that 3/4? It's more like 1/3. You know what I mean? But anyways, that is kind of like their lineup. And Adidas, I feel like they're killing it as far as basketball shoes goes. All their shoes. I mean, the Dawn Issue 5 is pretty dang solid, but Harden Volume 8, the AE1, you know what I mean? Dame 9, Dame 8 definitely wasn't my favorite. Dame 9 pretty excited about, but I do have my doubts on that shoe. The Trae 4, I mean, Trae 3 was not nice in my personal opinion, so hopefully the 4 is definitely a lot lighter and less bulky. But I'm pretty excited about the design. Hopefully it does look pretty dang good. But I guess the shoe that I'm most excited about is the AE1 Low, because it does seem a little bit different, you know what I mean? But anyways, tell us your thoughts on Adidas's kind of like basketball shoe lineup. You know, they came a long way, and Adidas's performance basketball shoes are actually pretty dang nice, you know what I mean? So anyways, tell us your thoughts down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.